Hey everyone, welcome to match 1 of 3 of Grixis Magmatic Delver. Today we are playing blue-white control. So, our opening hand is, it's not bad. It's not bad. We have to mulligan down, but our 6 is actually pretty keepable. We have Force of Negation to kind of protect our Delver, hopefully. And it'd be nice to see it flip next turn. We'll see. We see an island, nothing else, so well, all in all, we're good. Our Delver flips. We are playing 28, 29 instants and sorceries, so the odds were pretty high that it was going to flip, so I'm okay with that. So I suspected an opt. Not an issue there. And have no problem seeing an opt. Their turn, they pass, so that's perfect. End of turn, we will opt ourselves. A mana leak is not bad, actually. Inquisition, not bad as well. I'll take an Inquisition. Pluto Delta is actually not bad here, because now we can cast Inquisition and have mana up for mana leak. So we see Saheeli, Frantic Inventory, a whole bunch of stuff. I think getting rid of Saheeli was the main target there. That was probably going to be the next card coming down. And I would feel bad getting rid of Frantic Inventory, honestly. So our opponent's going to pay Path to Exile. I said pay, but I meant play. And we're going to protect our Delver here as much as we can with a mana leak. Spell Snare. Spell Snare resolves. Alright, well, that's that. There goes our Delver. Opt in the nick of time. Lightning Bolt. Yeah, not what we want. Scalding Tarn, also not what we want. So here we're in a bit of an issue because now we are top decking to a threat. And of course, this was before the Mystic Sanctuary Field of Ruin ban. I should probably just mention that, obviously, since you're seeing it there. But that's fine. I mean, control is control. We top deck a Magmatic Channeler, which is pretty great, actually. And now our opponent is going to respond, but we do have Force of Negation here. So it really depends on what the response is. Logic not. Yeah, we're going to Force of Negation that, and hopefully they have no response. No response. Good. Perfect. We have a 4/4 beater on the battlefield. That Fatal Push is definitely going to be a dead card in hand. Alright. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Let's see what they do. No? Okay, they're going to +1. Alright. They're going to get 2 lands, so let's see what those lands are. We draw Delver, which is actually pretty good. Yeah. I think it... Oh, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. You see, I don't remember exactly what I did here, but I actually kept Magmatic Channeler up so that I can actually use its tap ability and get rid of that Fatal Push, because that Fatal Push is going to be a dead card in hand. So I'm just going to let our opponent do what they got to do here. Even if they wanted to bounce Magmatic Channeler, that's fine. We could have tapped it in response. But end of turn here, we're going to discard our Fatal Push, get a Thought Scour, which is not bad. Draw Lightning Bolt, which is also pretty decent. And we hope Delver flips. It does. Perfect. So now we're dealing some serious damage to our opponent. And we have Mana Leak just in time to take care of that Cryptic Command. So things are falling into place here for us. It's kind of what you want Grixis Magmatic Delver to be doing anyway. That's why mana leaks are there. That's why force negations are there. Let's see what I did here. I think I was doing some math to see if I could just kill our opponent off. Yeah, you can see I was unsure of what I wanted to do. But I think all to the face is what makes the most sense. Just kill off our opponent as quickly as possible. So Mystic Sanctuary. Cryptic Command, of course. Path to Exile. Yeah, got no response there. We still have... Yeah, I'm gonna take care of our opponent there. We still have lethal on board. So they draw Cryptic. We draw another Lightning Bolt, which is perfect. So we're just going to wait for our opponent to cast Cryptic, and then we will cast Lightning Bolt in response. And that's going to be GG. There we go. Game over. On to game 2. Perfect. Perfect. So we got some pretty good draws there, even though we were praying for a top deck threat. We're riding our initial Delver of Secrets to victory, but eventually got Path Exiled. We ran out of protection, but we refilled pretty quickly, and as you can see there, Magmatic Channeler, not always a card that you want to attack with, sometimes using its secondary ability is pretty important. Obviously, Fatal Push was going to be a dead card against a matchup like this, so we're going to make some adjustments here, bring in some Graveyard Hate. Our opening hand is fine. I think it's keepable. We have Inquisition, which is a nice, a nice turn 1 play. You're probably not going to have a response to it. Terramander is a good draw as well. Almost certainly going to open up with an Inquisition though, just to kind of see what we're up against. I'm probably going to see a bunch of cards I don't want to deal with, but that's just the nature of blue-white control. Yep, okay, Spell Snare already, Mystical Dispute, and Op. Not the worst thing, but... So I think Mystical Dispute is the worst one there. Spell Snare, fine, it's going to target our Mana Leak or our Magmatic Channeler, but... So interesting thing here, we could Blood Moon profitably next turn. Very profitably. And that's going to be interesting, because if we get to Blood Moon next turn, we essentially shut off our opponent from most of their plays, especially if they don't get access to a basic white here. So Field of Ruin also coming down. I think I said Field of Ruin ban last time. I meant Field of the Dead ban, obviously. And Mystic Sanctuary. So now the question here is, do we Blood Moon? That's my concern, because Field of Ruin can be popped off at any moment and it can kind of screw up our plans. So let's see what I do here. I think I go for it. So I get a Swamp, Blood Moon. You got it or you don't. So they could Field of Ruin their own land to get a Plains. Okay. They Field of Ruin us to cut us off red. Fine. Surprised they don't get a Plains. I guess they don't run basic Plains. Interesting. I mean, we're not completely dead here. Delver Secrets is a good draw. Let's just attack in. We'll probably play Delver. There we go. And we got Mana Leak to protect us, and Force of Negation. So all in all, pretty good. We're gonna let them draw. Obviously don't want to mana leak a frantic inventory here. Opt, sure. What's funny is that pathway is also a mountain. Keep that in mind, it's not actually an island. So is that Mystic Sanctuary. So Delver doesn't flip, we draw another Pteramander. So we'll play it. I'm obviously not afraid of Supreme Verdict or anything. And it's over. Yeah, I think our opponent basically saw the writing on the wall there. We're going to be able to make our Pteramanders 5/5s, and it's GG. They just don't have access to white. And they basically can't do anything important without access to white, which is why Blood Moon is still a very powerful card. And actually now with Uro gone, I think Blood Moon is actually going to see even more play, oddly enough. So yeah, just interesting thing to see. Dealt with blue-white control pretty swiftly here. Game 1, we just had good draws, even though they also had good draws. They had a lot of answers, but we also had ours. And Game 2, we Blood Mooned them, and they just had nothing. They ended up with nothing. I guess they had a pretty greedy mana base with no basic planes, which I find weird. But yeah, that basically sealed the deal for us. And let me know what you thought about the match in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content in general, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. All that stuff really helps me out a lot. Sharing my content on social media does so much. I know for you it takes a couple of seconds, but for me, I can't put a price on that kind of action. So I would really appreciate your support. If you want to go a bit further and join my ever-growing Patreon community, check out the Patreon link in the description of this video. Check out the tiers. Basically set up in a way where at the end of every year you get some of your money back. The longer you're a patron, the more you get. So check that out. All the info is on Patreon. Thanks and have a good one.